Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you are doing well and enjoying the Python playlist. If you are enjoying the Python playlist, please subscribe my channel, like and share with others. So in this video, we will talk about the print function in Python. So let me share my screen and then we'll start. Okay, perfect. So let me add a new IPYNB file. So 2.print function dot IPYNB. Perfect. Now add the new cell and over here print function. Okay, so now what is the print function? So print function is an inbuilt function in Python which is used to display the result in the console. It is very helpful whenever you are writing the full-fledged software development code. It helps to debug your code. Please note that print function never ever return anything. This is one of the interview question as well, that what is the return of the print function. So print function does not return anything. It just display the result into the console, and it is used just to debug the code whenever you are writing the full-fledged code. Okay, now your question will be that yesterday we have written some of the code. When we are checking the variables, we were able to display the result without the print function. Then why do we need this print function, right? That will be a question. Now let's try to understand that. So to understand that, what I'll do, that I'll create one .py file. So whatever we are writing, and we have been following from last video, we are writing in IPYNB file, that is a Jupyter node, right? But I will create one .py file and I'll explain there what is the use of print first, and then again we'll move back to this 2.print function.ipynb. Okay, so let me write down over here test.py. okay, I've taken test.py. So now let's write name equal to Prashant Singh, that is my name guys, and description equal to what I'll write over here. Description: I am a YouTuber and I create a educational video. Right? And next, let's say I'll write over here address. I'll keep this A also small. So I'll write over address equal to Red Fort, Delhi. Okay, this is my address guys. You can reach me over here. Next, I'll write over here, let's say nationality equal to Indian. Okay, I'll also keep this N small. So let's say that I have created some of the variable, right, with some of the string type variable. There's some string over here, name Prashant Singh. I'll keep the P capital over here. Okay, name Prashant Singh, description: I am a YouTuber and I create the educational video. Next, address Red Fort, Delhi, and nationality Indian. Now I'll try to execute this test.py file, and these all should be visible in my console, right? That is what I want to explain you over here. So first let me save, Ctrl+S, then I'll write over here Python test.py. Whenever you are running any .py file, you need to write in the console on terminal. Basically, this is better, terminal Python test.py. So Python will try to run this test.py file. Whatever is written, whatever the code is written over here. Okay. So now, as soon as I return Python test.py, it has executed this test.py file but does not return anything. Why? Because I have not used the print function over here. So now let's say if I write print name, okay, then print, let's say description, then print address, and print, let's say nationality. Now if I execute this code again, python.testpy, if I execute this again, you will see all the result over here. You will see all the result in your console. So that is the use of your print function. It is used to display the result in the console, right? So whenever you are using .py file, you can only test your result in the console using the print. But in the IPynb file, it is not mandatory. You can execute that code without the print also. Okay, so now let's see that what are the things we can do inside the print. So what I'll do that I'll take all this together, Control C and Control V, correct? And this is a markdown. Let me convert this into the Python. So where is my Python? Here it is. Then run this. It is done. Now, if let's say if I write over here name, if I write over here name, you can see we can execute this. But we know that in IPynb file without print also we can execute. Now, if I write, let's say name, comma, address, sorry, description, or I just copy paste from here, that's better, and address, let's say, comma, and nationality, correct? I'll take all this and I will paste over here and I'll run this. See, you can also print without the print function. I mean, you can display the result without the print function. I think we have seen this also last class, but we will explore this print over here. So what I'll do that, the very first one is that I'll take the print function, and as I have done this over here, I'll try to print. Okay, I'll try to print over here also. So let's print this. So you will get the, what you will get? You will get the result of each variable one by one in each line, correct? Now, next, let's say that if you want to give some of the space between this, as of now, there is no space, right? If you want to give the space, what do you need to do that? Just print over here and use over here print and \n. See, it will create the one new empty line over here. So it will create the space between two lines. Okay, again, if you want between all, so just paste this over here. You just paste this over here. That's all. You will create the space between each lines. Perfect. Now, there is a one very famous parameter in that, and equal to \n. So what is this? By default, the meaning of this. So basically, let me write over here. Print name, comma, and equal to \n. So what is the meaning of this and \n? It says that if you are having multiple print function, so it says that if you have a multiple print function, each print function will execute into the next line, and this is the by default nature of the print. Without this also, if I try to print over here, right? I try to print over here and it has printed each variable into the next line, correct? See, this one is then one line, this is another line, this is another line, and this is another line. So by default, if you write this end equal to \n or not, by default, it is considering the same, right? So this is the by default nature of a print. Now, the other example is that let's say you want to print everything into one line. I don't want that. Let's say it is the same. I'll copy this, Control C, and I'll print over here. Okay, sorry, I'll paste over here. Now, my question is that as soon as I print this, it should not go into 4 different lines. It should be into one line and it should be the big paragraph over here. How we can do that? We can do this using the n equal to, just give the space. So this will make it to print all together into one line. So let's try to execute this by writing till. Anyway, if you don't write at the end, doesn't matter, because after this print function there is nothing, right? So write for all these 3 print and equal to space. That's all. Print this. See, all the variable has been printed into one line, correct? Now, if you want, instead of the space, you can pass the comma also. Any special character. Let's say you want to pass the dollar or percentage. So you can pass anything between that. If you want to space also, you can pass the space also, right? So this is basically it is not a by default. By default is what? By default is that each print function display the variable or the result into new line. But if you want all in the same line, you need to use the and equal to space or any special character between that as a separator, right? Next, let me take the same variable over here, Control C and Control V. Now what I want, that I want to use only one print function. I want to execute all the variable. Okay, print and name comma description comma address comma nationality. Okay, let's execute this. See over here, we can also execute this by writing all the variable inside the one print function. That is also possible. Now you will say that if I want to pass some special character between the each variable, let's say after name, after Prashant Singh, there should be some comma or something. So what you can do over here, you can use SEP equal to, let's say, hyphen. So what it will do, see, Prashant Singh hyphen I am a YouTuber and I create the educational video, then hyphen red for Delhi hyphen Indian, right? If you want, you can give the other special character also, let's say and. What it will do, it will create the and between the each variable, right? This is the other parameter inside the print function. I hope it is clear, guys. So what are the things are there? Very first one, let me list down over here. Very first one is that print by default use and equal to \n. So what is the behavior is the and \n. So each print will create the new line and display the result, right? But if you want to bypass that, then you can use the what? You can use the and equal to space or any special character. Now, if you want to print all the variable into one line, then you can use this one along with the some special character depend upon your requirement. Next, if you want to use only one print for all the variable, that is variable, that is also possible using the one print, and then inside that you can pass variable 1 comma variable 2 comma variable 3 dash variable n. And if you want to separate this by some special character, you can use SEP equal to, and you can pass whatever the special character you want inside it, right? So these are the parameter you can use with the print function. And if you use print let's say \n between the two print, let's say there's a one print over here, there's a one print value 1, sorry, it is a value 1, right? It's not 21, it's a value 1, and over here again print value 2. So it will create the one new empty line between two result, right? As we have seen over here, see, it is creating the space between two lines, correct? By using this. I hope till here it is clear. Now let's say that if I want this, these are my let's say these are my value, right? These are my variables with the string value. Now if I want to write over here, my name is Prashant and description and I stay address and my nationality, whatever it is, right? How we can do that? So what I'm trying to say, along with my variable, if I want to use some extra English, how we can use that? So there is another way for that. So you can write print my name is what, plus you can write over here name, sorry, not here, my name is, and then plus this name. Okay, then comma, not comma, plus I do or I work as a again plus description. Take this description and pass over here. Okay, then again plus and I live in again plus and pass this address over here. Okay, again plus and I am a plus and pass this nationality over here. So I'm making the complete sentence. Let's try to execute this. My name is Prashant Singh. Let's create some space over here. And I work, again create some space over here, create some space over here, create some space over here, so I can read properly. My name is Prashant Singh. I work as I'm a YouTuber and I create educational video. I live in Red Fort, Delhi. I am Indian. So what is doing basically is giving me the complete sentence, right? So what I have done, I have used this variable. Along with that, I have added some of the English with it. So I'm creating some of the string inside the print, right? So what happened? What is the use of this plus over here? So this plus is basically combining all the string together and giving me the result as a sentence. Here, now let's say that if I age equal to 70, I'm not 70-year-old, but I'm writing age is 70. Let's say, okay, and let's say that I'll copy this from here, Control C and Control V, and let me execute this first. And let's say I'll write here plus I am then plus age. I am 70 plus year old. Perfect. Let's print this. What will be the answer? Tell me. It will be, my name is Prashant Singh. I work as I am a YouTuber and I create educational video. I live in Red Fort, Delhi. I am an Indian. I am 70-year-old, right? It should be, but I think it will give the error. Why it is giving the error? See, can only concat str, not into str. What is the meaning of this error? The error is that your age variable is the int, right? And you can use this plus symbol along with your string with the same behavior. What I'm trying to say over here, this name is also the string, right? And my name is also a string. I work as also a string. I live in also a string. I am also is a string. So a string with a string you can concat, but whenever it comes your integer, this formula or this process does not work. So what is the next? There's another way that you can pass this as a string, or you can typecast. Typecast we have not covered as of now. So in the next video, we'll see how to do the typecast. But as of now, I'm passing this as a string. Now let's try to execute this. See, it is working now perfectly, right? So this works only with the string, guys. If you are using some of the string with your variable, then your variable should be, not should be, it must be a string. Okay, that's why it can concat together and it can give you the plain English over here. Now the question is that if I will have a, let's say, integer float, then how to use that inside the print function along with some of the string without taking that, without converting that into the string. What I'm trying to say that why I'll convert this into a string. So let's keep this into the integer, and there should be some method, right? There should be some method that I can use this age inside this English, right? Yes, there is. So that we'll explore in the next line. So as of now, you understand that if you want to use the plus to combine your variable with some of the string inside the print, you can use only string to string concatenation. Simple and clear, right? Now let's come to the next line of code. So let's say that I'll take the new over here. Employee equal to, let's say, Bob. Bob is my brother, right? No, he's not my brother, guys. I'm just kidding. Employee Bob, right? Employee ID, EMP ID equal to, let's say, 1256. Okay. Salary equal to, let's say, I'll write over here 70,000. Okay. And company equal to, which company should I take? Let's say Google. No, let's say Google. Okay, fine. Let it be Google. What's wrong? Perfect. Now I want to print over here. Print over here, let's say employee. I want to write plain English. First, let me write the plain English. Bob is working in Google, and his EMP ID is 1256 and his salary is 70,000. So this is what I want to write inside the print. So print, okay, employee is working in company and his EMP ID is how much? EMP ID, correct? And his salary is this salary. It will work? No, it will not work, guys. It will give you the plain English. See, employee is working in company and his employee ID is employee ID and his salary is salary. So how to get the value instead of this employee ID? I should get this exactly 1256. So if I use this method, it will give the error because employee ID is an integer and salary is integer. So for this, I'll use the method that is called fstring. Fstring. Okay, this is the one of the famous Python parameter, you can say, or type of the print inside the Python. We use a lot. Even I use a lot, guys. This. So what it give, basically it give the value, along with that some text you can add with that, right? So I'll write over here f. As soon as you write f over here, it gives the flexibility to you to basically pass this as a placeholder. How will you pass this as a placeholder? So let's say employee, it should be Bob, right? So I'll pass this under the curly braces. So Bob is working in company. Company is also a variable. So I'll pass this under the curly braces. Okay. And his employee ID is employee ID. So this one. So I'll pass this under the curly braces. Okay. And his salary is salary. First, let me execute. Then I will explain this. See, Bob is working in Google and his employee ID is 1256 and salary is 70,000. So what is happening over here? See, as soon as you write f over here, it gives the flexibility to you can pass over here this employee as this variable under this double inverted comma. So anything under the double inverted comma or inside the single inverted comma is known as a complete string. But this employee is not a string. This is a variable. This is a variable, and this is also a variable, right? But I want to write as a statement where I want to access this variable inside the string. So for that, I need to use the f string and I need to pass this variable under the curly braces. So once you pass this under the curly braces, it maintains its nature, means it's maintain its variable nature inside the double inverted comma or single inverted comma. Clear? Now if I remove this f, let's see, it does not maintain its behavior as a variable. See, it is not capable to take this value Bob over here. Until unless you don't pass F over here, you cannot maintain the variable nature over here. It's clear? So another way to write a complete sentence along with your variable without changing into a string, whatever the data type of the variable, same you can bring and write inside the double inverted comma using the F string and pass all the variable into the curly braces. Simple, clear and loud, right? So this is the one of the example how you can use your variable inside the string into print function. Okay, next is using the format. So what is format? If you like find difficulty to using the F string, you can use the format. Okay, so let's say that what I'll do this, I'll copy this over here, I'll copy this over here, okay, and I'll keep this empty. I'll keep this empty. I'll remove this from here. I'll remove this from here. Let it be over here, and then dot format, and then pass your employee over here, comma, and then pass your employee after that, I think company, right? So Bob is working in company, then his employee ID is employee ID, perfect, and his salary is salary. I think this should work. I think I have used very less this, but I think it should work. It's giving the error. What is that? SCR object has no attribute format. It's format MAT, I think. See, Bob is working in Google and his employee ID is 1256, his salary is 70. This is also working. So what is happening over here? So all these curly braces, whatever is empty over here, it is working as a placeholder. And this format is the inbuilt function which is used to replace this or fill this placeholder, whatever is under this format. So if you shuffle this, let's say that I'll write salary first. Over here, I'll write the salary, okay? And I'll remove this. And let's say that I'll write the company at the last. Okay, see. It should work. Okay, I have used the double comma over here. See, 70,000 working in Bob and his email ID is 1256 and salary is in Google. What I have done? I have changed the sequence. Doesn't matter it, right? So it does not allow you to make the sequence. Whatever you want, whatever you write over here, same will get filled over here. Clear? Now, if you write some extra, let's say there is a how many placeholder? 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if you write, let's say 5, let's say I'll write salary one more time. What should be the answer? It is just taking only 4 placeholder and it's omitting, it's ignoring the 5th value over here, right? Let me make it a complete correct sequence. So Bob after is working in a company, employee ID is this and the salary is this one. Okay, let me run this. So Bob is working in the Google and his email ID is 1256 and his salary is 70,000. My intention is here to just make you understand how you can use different parameter inside the print function, right? So one is the F string, another is the format. It should be format. In the format, you can just pass the curly braces and at the end you can pass all the variable whatever you have to print, right? Okay, next is the format with index. What is this format with index? So what I'll do that I'll copy this, Control C, Control V, and over here let's say I'll pass this A, I'll pass over here B, I'll pass over here C, and I'll pass over here D. Okay, and then over here A equal to employee, B equal to company, and C equal to employee ID, and D equal to salary. Let's execute this. See, Bob is working in the Google and his employee ID is 1256, his salary is 70,000. So you want to write some notation and then replace that with, let's say, your original variable, or just write the empty placeholder and at the end you write the complete variable. It's up to you. It's just, guys, this placeholder is A and this A is replacing by your original variable over here. You can change the sequence also. Let's say I write company over here, doesn't matter, it will not give the error. See, Google is working Google, right? So it's just a placeholder, guys. Okay, next is string format using the percentage. So let's try to execute that. So percentage string format. So what I'll do that I'll copy the same print function from here and I'll paste it over here. Perfect. So what I'll do that I'll just remove this all curly braces from here and here also, and here as well. And then I'll remove altogether format from here. So what I'll do, so here let's say percentage S is working in company, should be here company, right? Google. So percentage S, again I'll write, and his employee ID is again percentage S. Okay, and his salary is percentage S, and then I'll pass over here percentage and in the bracket pass all the variables. So very first one is the employee, comma, then employee ID and paste it over here, comma, and then salary, paste it over here, comma, and company, right? But I think company should be before over here. Let me write over here company. So employee Bob working in company, email ID is this, and salary. So let's try to execute, remove this bracket comma from here. See, Bob is working in Google and his email ID is 1256, salary is 70,000. This is one of the other way to format the string using the variables. I have used the percentage S at every place, and at the end I'm passing the variable name. So it is here percentage S is also working as a what? Placeholder, right? This percentage as working as a placeholder. At the end I'm passing all the variable over here, so it's going to replace that placeholder or fill that placeholder by all this variable. So there are three ways to format. One is that, what was the first one? Let me change this into markdown. The first one was F string, right? F string. Second one was the format using format. Third one was the format index, right? Format index, and fourth one was using a percentage string format, right? So these are the way you can format your string inside the print function. I will push this code in my GitHub. From there you can download. So let me push this, commit -m print function. Okay, then git push -u origin master. Perfectly, it has added. Now let me check also. So you should not comment that like you are not getting all this on the GitHub. I'll go to the GitHub and over here repository and over here Python for all YT playlist. In this there should be two. See, print function, and just now it has added. If you open this, I think you will have all the code whatever I have written today, right? See, till last. You can download this, and you can download from here also, download as raw, or you can download the complete folder from here and you can enjoy the coding. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you have learned a lot from this video about the print function. Please practice. So please like and subscribe so I can also feel motivated. Thank you so much.